welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the final episode of the Club World Cup show. I'm joined here with Tom, Conzy and Jake, all three Chelsea fans. And of course, we now know who's won it.
Champions World, baby!
Come on! Couldn't be prouder, honestly.
As someone who doesn't support Chelsea, I can't lie, the final was interesting to say the least. I thought Chelsea were going to get slapped.
Everyone did, bro.
Apparently everyone did.
But to be fair, what do you guys think of it first? We might as well just ask, what do you guys think of it?
We're just the best team in the world, man.
It's game of a lifetime.
Yeah,
man. You couldn't ask for any more, could you?
The hard work, the team, like all the individual talent actually shown through that game. Like everyone turned up.
I want to start with the ex-rugby player that we brought in. He has massively changed the mentality.
It just goes to show, and
Yeah.
it just goes to show.
Like the mentality shift, and I say in the last 3-4 months at Chelsea has been so noticeable. Like I know it's only Conference League, but quite comfortably won that, and we were mentality throughout the whole thing. You know, didn't just go there to get a result. It was we're going to win this.
You lost one game or tournament or something like that?
In the knockout stages.
Elimination, right?
In
the Conference League
in
was
Conference
one.
League, we lost one.
And then Club World Cup was only Flamengo that you lost to.
It was a tactical masterclass from
which again was done purpose.
Yeah.
To be fair, you lot stepped off.
Yeah.
But I want to pick up on João Pedro, like, not just what a signing, but the timing of the signing couldn't have been better.
He was on holiday.
But literally 3 weeks ago, that guy was in Brazil on holiday.
That's what I mean.
Now he's world champion. How mad is
the fact
that?
He's the one who scored both the goals in the semi-final to bring you to the final.
We're talking
score
3 games, 3 goals.
It was like two solo goals, arguably too. Like nothing really happened around
Two
it.
of the best goals of the tournament were scored in that semi-final, and his goal was incredible.
Arguably his goal at the Club World Cup to look up, see Donnarumma coming out, and then chip him from that
in the space of
that's
half a second.
He had a split second.
His brain just clicked on, and he was just.
I've always said he's such a good striker. He plays out on the wing quite a lot. At Brighton, he played out on the wing and kind of as cam. I've always said from the beginning, he is a brilliant striker. He plays
he's
Watford. He's great, and I think he solves the kind of
the Jackson problem.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of the striker who, you've got Delap, who's a bit more kind of not target forward, but more kind of but then he kind of solves that player who you want running in. When you've got players like Palmer who have that vision, like the pass to him in the first place was incredible. And we're going to speak on him in a second anyway, but to have someone who actually has that finishing kind of capability, a bit like Drogba, falls to him in
I was just about to say, like, the ego on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Dink Donnarumma is disgusting.
And also to take the shot for his first goal for Chelsea from that distance.
Yeah.
And then to thunder it off the crossbar as well.
That one. Wow.
Again, he knows there's a level to hit when you come to a club this big. And again, he said that after the final when we'd won.
It's a Chelsea thing.
It's Chelsea. I've come here to win trophies. That's the only reason anyone comes to Chelsea.
Yeah, this thing, you saw a step up from when he went from Watford to Brighton. It was a kind of step up. I think he needed to push on to step up again. But I think, Brighton, he's got a good team around him, but it's not the quality that Chelsea have. And you can tell that Chelsea buy that kind of quality. Look at the midfield. As I said, Palmer as well.
The project's working.
Exactly.
I mean, Bowley did say a couple of years ago, we're looking at a project.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's going to take time.
You take last year, you finished, what was it? 8?
6.
Was it? 6. Something like that.
But United won FA Cup by some fluke.
Crazy.
That's it. But then you look at that and you think, it's a poor season to have that finish. But then you look at this season and go, well, you've won the Conference League, European title.
Before that was even worse.
Yeah.
That's
what I was thinking of.
But every year it's just been better and better.
Exactly.
We hit a
low point.
Yeah, I think we hit the lowest.
And again, Abramovich going, that was the biggest blow we could have ever had.
Heartbreak for the whole company, like just the whole team in general, seeing him.
But you can see Enzo was there from when it was dark to be a Chelsea player.
He was your kind of first signing that started that, didn't he?
And he was crying after the game because he was so happy.
He deserves everything.
I love him.
Man, that guy dies for the badge.
He's actually like...
You know what? I want to say if James isn't our captain, I want it to be...
Agreed.
I don't think I could pick anyone else other than him.
Cole will, I think, eventually...
again, another guy I want to see in that armband at some point. Even if it is like maybe a Carabao Cup or something like that.
It's a rotation thing,
give him a little chance to show his leadership.
The thing is, though, he's in that echelon of Chelsea player where if it's a worse game, he's getting a rest, Enzo's getting a rest, James getting a rest.
Yeah.
So then it's like, who's after that, really?
The only issue with Cole as well is he loves a scrap.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
He
loves squaring up.
I think it's half our team, man. Honestly.
No, but he's the worst for it.
It's the mentality.
I think the boys back the beef, man.
Enzo's pretty similar as well.
Yeah,
and Enzo's a hothead as well.
Levi's just got, there's something wrong.
And then you've got Cucurella pissing everybody off.
He's literally
he got in
just
Neves' head so easy.
He is the biggest troll in football. The biggest troll in football.
I think football's needed that though. Football's needed someone who's just a shithouse. Like as like concrete as is, just you need someone like that.
But then also locks up everyone he goes up against.
For everyone, he must just be
and
the
he's
most
not just
annoying person
he's
to
not
watch.
Just annoying. He's just
so
annoyingly good.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's
for us, we see literally the best left back in the world right now, and everyone else sees a clown. And that's just the best part about it. Literally, it's like having a little jester on your team, and next minute he's just pocketing the best left wingers and right wingers in the world.
What did do it? He had one shot.
I think 6.8 rating. Come on.
I think he's the kind of player where like he pisses everyone off, but you just can't. Like you can't not admit that he's just good defensively, and that's what makes it even more annoying.
Can't do anything about it.
Oh, exactly.
Like, literally, Neves had to tug his shit to do something about it. He literally had to pull his hair.
We mentioned it before, but I do want to pick up on Cole Palmer because I was saying just off camera. I feel like in terms of goals and assists, he had quite a quiet tournament. But the final, he stepped it up a complete another level.
Again, I don't see. This is what annoys me about people's sort of evaluation on Cole Palmer is if he doesn't score, he's gone quiet.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy makes so much happen in the game. Like without Cole, we would not have got to the final.
No, exactly.
His quiet games are probably his best games.
It's just when he's off the ball.
That's when he's bringing defenders out, allowing space for guys like Pedro to score.
I think just in numbers in general, I think, I do agree, off the ball, the work he does is more than anyone else in that Chelsea team.
I think there's more to Cole than just goals and assists.
This is the interesting thing with the Chelsea team, right, is when Cole Palmer has a bad game from people's perspective, it's normally because he's got 2-3 men permanently
literally on top of him.
And we didn't have the quality in the rest of the team to then find the spaces and finish off. Whereas it does seem like now we're in an era
we've got that now.
Where if
we can get rid of Jackson.
You can't just mark Palmer out the game. Do you know what I mean?
Again, Madueke gone. Jackson hopefully
Real Madrid.
Well,
Before
this, reports were Jackson swap deal for Rodrigo. All of us were just like, oh my god, yes.
I mean, even Man United want to sign him. Just let him go at this point. He hasn't got a future.
Bro, honestly, he doesn't even need a price tag on him. At this point,
just get him out.
How long's he been there for? 2-3 years now.
2 seasons.
2 seasons. He joined the starter pod.
He ain't done enough.
Well, not when João Pedro and Delap have done this much in this time.
Also showed up and done this much.
Jackson just gets stupid red cards. That's the thing.
Ridiculous. How many has he had?
Doesn't need to do it, but he does.
Third, I think the most recent one was his third.
And they were very all recent as well. They've all been like
they were literally in like season, and then the last two
were literally in like
games,
2 months.
No, he did it one game after another.
Last game of the
it was 2 games before Forest. It was just before United,
and then it was his first game in the
because it was his first game back from the suspension. Then he got another red card. And
again, I wanted to give some hope in Jackson. I wanted him to be good, but
there's a player there.
I'm sorry,
most
but
definitely.
We're looking at a cutthroat Chelsea. I'm looking at the same Chelsea that we were looking at in 2004, where we've got new ownership who've come in and now they've got a project and the project's starting to work. Agreed. If you don't work, you've got to go. It's as simple as that. Madueke, he didn't work. I love Madueke.
I wouldn't say necessarily he didn't work. He just wasn't there.
He didn't fit in your system.
And I just think Byron Gittins is just going to be hungry to prove to everyone that he
is one good game. Madueke had one good game.
Neto is just better.
But do you not think that Estevan coming in as well is going to be another player that he's probably going to go out on loan, I think, because of first.
Where
does he fit in though?
I think Nkunku leaves, Jackson's leaving.
I think even Nkunku leaves fair enough, but I think João Felix as well. But I think there's going to be a lot of rotation in that front line.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But you've also got to look.
Also don't.
We're in
you know
so many
what
competitions.
I was just going to say that you've also got to look at
we
can pull up to the Carabao Cup with a completely different squad that we use for Prem.
As if we were
we
playing...
can use another squad for the Champions League that we use for the Prem. Like, that's the beauty of it. These players do not have to play 3 games a week.
Have that much rotation though? Because
Lavia,
I know going forward.
Yeah, Lavia, Santos, Enzo, Caicedo.
Paez is coming in.
No, he's going on loan to Strasbourg.
He will go on loan. I know.
Yeah, he'll go.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We've got at least.
We've got at least 2
Drewsbury Hall. You've got.
Drewsbury Hall will stay for rotation.
Hugo is staying, and it's the other one that went. The French one.
French one got sold.
Strasbourg
Made profit on him already.
Really?
Yeah.
We signed him in January and sold him to Strasbourg.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, we sold him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sold.
Like
sold to Strasbourg.
It's like 8 million.
I know we're a bit tight on time. I do want to pick up on just a couple more players. So Sanchez has been kind of 50-50 this season overall, but had a brilliant
final.
It
was a prime Edison performance.
Prime Czech performance. That
was a game of his career.
That's what I was going to say, This is one of those games where you turn up to have that kind of game.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And he did.
That was the thing. It was...
First goal was he distributed to over the top.
Nunes Mendes was marking Palmer centrally, and that just meant Gusto could just bomb up the right and just find him every time.
That's what happened, and literally the goal was, I'm pretty sure Sanchez just booted one straight over to Gusto. Gusto and Nunes had like a body duel. Nuno went down, and then Gusto was pretty much through.
Yeah.
And he could have passed it, but
that
the shot kind of let Palmer arrive.
Yeah.
And
I think the moment I knew Chelsea were going to win that final was before we'd scored a goal. It was the one that we all thought had gone in. The no pass from João Pedro.
Behind the back flick, Palmer's left foot shot just outside the left post, and it looked like it was in.
It hit the ball behind the goal.
It hugged the net on the way back the entire way.
And that was the moment where I was like, we're pressing them. They look scared.
No, they were frightened, man.
Again, but it was exactly that, because again, everyone was talking about PSG with that whole kickoff routine where they boot it straight over yours like it's a rugby game.
And you have
and it's like, all you got to do, like even I remember saying this to you when we were chatting, and I was like, all you've got to do is lob it back.
That's the point, right?
All you've got to do is just get it back to them, and now they're on the front. Why are teams struggling to do this? Why are Real Madrid struggling?
From the beginning, the first thing you got to do is press them back. Because
it's not that hard. Like, it's basic football.
The whole point of that PSG team is when they're on top, they're in form. If you do what Chelsea did and just put them under the pressure, they will crumble.
They crumble.
Because they're good going forward, but defensively, I've always said, defensively they're quite weak. And their fullbacks push up so far that if you exploit the wings, you're sorted.
But we're also quite lucky the fact that Moises Caicedo can mark 3 men out of a game.
It's a good point.
It was Vitinha. Ruiz
and
Neves.
You've seen that meme of Terry Crews holding those 3 people.
And
it's Moises Caicedo with the 3 of them, and I'm like, that's so true.
So good.
I think we all saw it when we watched the game. But did you guys see what was it? I've actually completely forgotten his name. The PSG manager.
Luce Enrique.
He was fucking punching.
Tried to choke João Pedro.
Surely action's got to be taken.
I was on the phone with my dad and I said that to him. I was like, we've got to see something happen. We've got to see a suspension.
If that was a player,
if it was a player to a player, could you mean a player to a manager?
That's my point.
Like my point is, right, if it was another player, you're like, right, fair enough, they're both football players.
At the moment.
Right. But
he's a manager.
Essentially, we're looking at someone who's not been on the pitch, who's come onto the pitch and assaulted a player.
Also,
I'm calling the police.
It's out of spite of losing.
But also, did you not notice that João Pedro was trying to defend Santos from Donnarumma, and then he's the one that gets attacked?
Yes. No, that's my point.
I'm calling the police in that situation. That is an assault.
That's my point. My point is he's come onto the pitch with intent to do that.
Yeah.
Because he has no other reason to be on the pitch in that situation. That situation is a closing of a game. You can walk onto the pitch fine. But you have no other reason to go over to a player.
Go back to your dressing room. Get back on your bus, lad.
It's a good point. As you said, it's assault. It's nothing to do with heat of the moment. It's an exchange.
Yeah, it was literally.
Pedro wasn't even talking to him.
Yeah.
Again, if I was Pedro, I'd be pressing charges.
No,
I would be beyond FIFA. I would be straight to.
So let's leave it with this. Chelsea didn't just beat PSG. We destroyed them to be world champions.
You got in their heads.
Yeah, we embarrassed.
Red card, Luce Enrique losing his head, 3-0, comfortable second.
Got Donald Trump in a celebration.
Donald Trump was there.
Donald Trump in the background like this. Mate, what do you think of that? What's your opinion on it? I think it's hilarious.
It's funny.
We do have a bit more time. To be fair, it's quite funny, but
it's funny.
It was funny, and I just think Donald Trump is a character as hated as he is, and as controversial as the things that he does. I just feel like I think he wanted to be there. I think he was possibly just proud of what he's done in the US.
Did you guys see the clip of him pocketing a medal?
Really? Yeah. And he has the real one, by the way.
You know how Trump was handing out medals? There's a video of once all the players have gone, he rolls up one of the medals that are spare and slips it into his pocket like that.
See that?
And well, if you know as well, he kept the real trophy in his office.
Yeah, we have the replica trophy.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is true because, again, Trump likes the bullshit. But I don't think FIFA would have allowed Trump.
I was going to say, I think the medal is one thing because there's spare medals. I can understand
spare medal's a spare medal.
The trophy is another one.
To take a trophy, like a whole room, I don't think that would be allowed.
Especially because like, he said it's in his office. He could just go and take it, like realistically. Look, we have a bit more time, but what I do want to say is just looking back at the tournament as a whole, who would you say, not just Chelsea, but would you kind of say anyone who's kind of just proper like standout player of the whole?
I just think it just proves that Brazilian football is. Saudi Al Hilal did have a good game.
Completely took apart City.
Fair play to them. I would like to see them in more competitions.
I think the Inter form was a bit of a shock now.
Yeah, and I'll say in the Portuguese sides were shocking.
Yeah.
Benfica and Porto were poor.
I had to cheat to try and get a result against us.
Yeah.
I do want to agree. The Brazilian sides, I think, all put up a pretty good fight. We've got Botafogo beating PSG.
Yeah.
I think Palmeiras were probably the one.
Stock's gone up for sure.
Yeah, I think Palmeiras.
Didn't Botafogo
beat PSG?
They least conceded goals in that tournament. They 3.
Yeah.
3 conceded goals.
Correct.
It was PSG with 1, but before that final.
I mean, this is the thing.
They beat PSG.
But I'm saying before the final, it was PSG with 1 conceded goal.
Yeah.
And then we obviously sorted that out. So
I would say
Sanchez with most clean sheets as well.
Yeah.
Golden Glove. Who would have thought?
That's crazy.
I would have said out of the Brazilian side, I think Palmeiras did the worst, but then you have one of the standout players of Estevan in the whole tournament.
But literally, I was about to
three man
say.
matches.
Yeah,
3 man of the matches where he didn't score
game.
or assist in the first 2 and scored an absolute worldie against Chelsea.
Yeah. I think you have
what do you feel? How do you boys feel about that? Sorry. How do you boys feel about that?
I smiled.
I called it. I said to my dad.
I said he's gonna score.
I said to my dad
he wants him to score there though.
Yeah.
And the Sully as well?
Because
I loved it. I loved it.
Thing, you want him to have a good performance because you want to see the player you're going to get.
I think that's the biggest stage he stepped on as well. Come on, like
exactly.
He's a child, man.
But look, that's his only chance.
18,
that's his only chance to prove to Chelsea what he can do.
So look at me.
Realistically, you're never going to play against them against them at the moment. You might as well take it.
I can't wait for him to start. I think he's going to be brilliant.
Yeah,
must have been such a strange feeling to play against Chelsea, score. And then the moment the final whistle goes,
you know you've joined
You're a Chelsea fan. You're a Chelsea player.
Yeah, the conversation, just everyone was around him at the end.
I do completely I do respect as well. I understand that Chelsea had asked him to stay with this team. I do respect it, especially as a young player, for him to reject that at the moment and say, look, he wants to kind of go back to Brazil, finish that chapter with Palmeiras. It's a difficult one because I've seen a lot of people criticising him for it, but I think it's you want to close that
with them for a bit longer.
So he could have stayed until the final with Chelsea, but he chose to go back to Brazil to kind of close off that chapter, say goodbye to the team and everyone else who's still at the training ground and stuff.
He could have literally just done
which I think is completely respectful. That's what you want to see from a player.
Again, like what else is there going on at Chelsea at the minute? All the boys are now on holiday.
Exactly.
We've just come back from America. I mean, like. Palmer didn't even land in the UK. He went straight to St. Kitts
instantly.
So everyone's gone off from America on holiday because it's the quickest flight for
2
them.
weeks now.
João Pedro's back in Brazil already.
Yeah.
He went straight back to Brazil.
Yeah, he resumed his holiday.
He took a break for 2 weeks.
Pause and then
exactly the greatest 2 weeks of anyone's life. Like,
he signed for a new team.
Yeah.
From holiday, sign a new team, go and score the winners in the semi-final. Go and score in the final, back on holiday.
It's beautiful.
Bang, 2 weeks done. I do want to say, do you guys have a kind of standout goal for the tournament? I've got one in my head that comes right straight away.
Palmer's second goal. I just feel like it's just...
I want to say João Pedro's first goal.
First goal,
for the whole tournament.
I'm saying João Pedro.
Fair enough. The one I'm going to pick up, I don't know if you saw it, was Arias from Fluminense. Scored like a 30-yard free kick in the top right corner.
Really?
Who was that again?
It was against Ulsan. It was in the group stage. 35-yard free kick.
I missed that
straight top corner. I can show you after the game, after the podcast. But
it was a good goal.
It is incredible. I think one thing that's quite sad for me as someone who's from Brazil is the Brazilian side is now going to get picked apart.
Yeah.
Like you've already seen it with Igor Jesus and Jair Cunha going to Nottingham.
I thought it was only one of them.
Both of them have gone now.
Okay.
Arias, who scored, has gone to Wolves. Rhys is going to either Benfica, Porto, or Everton.
I hear what you're saying, but isn't that always been the case?
I think it's great for them.
No, I think it is, but I think it's annoying.
It's always been the case. I mean, Brazil's always been known. Like,
and
again, the
it's
football
typically
there is
later
great,
on in their career
but the league's not big.
Yeah, I think it's more about
it's always been a case of more opportunity in Europe. There's more money in Europe. There's more football in Europe for these kids to come over.
I think it's more about losing the amount of talent in the league at one point.
Yeah.
You've already lost Estevan. You've lost a lot.
Surely they could reinvest it though, no?
Yeah, and I feel like
with the money coming
that's what I mean. The upside of it is you're bringing in massive transfer fees.
Man. I mean, like Brazilians.
I was going to say,
ridiculous.
And I know
they live and breathe football. I mean, like over here, we say we like football.
No, and then Brazil is another story.
Most of us are sat on the football pitch half the time we're playing.
Yeah.
These
lot play.
I mean, the Flamengo team's been wiped out already. Then they've already supported a new team and just continued winning the league. Yeah. They sold 4 players, went into the next game against Santos and just beat them 3-0 and was like, yeah, cool, let's go.
That's the Thiago Silva effect.
Yeah.
So good.
But different team, but I understand.
Fluminense, sorry.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean by sad, but it's also like inevitable in a way where... You know, like a team that doesn't have so much recognition on a worldwide stage. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but basically, I think it's good to see for me as well, like having the team from New Zealand. Have you seen how much money they've made?
Oh, yeah.
They've made
Auckland.
They've made like 5 times, or no, it's like nearly 20 times what they would have made in the year.
You got to think individually, like, all those players are going to get a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're all school teachers and firefighters.
Yeah, firefighters.
They're not even paid. What they've said is they're going to go and they're giving contracts to everybody. They're going to pay everybody at the club.
That's just brilliant.
All the staff is getting paid. They're going to invest that money.
Again, I've seen so much hatred on the Club World Cup, and I just think at the end of it, think it's been such an amazing tournament.
Yeah.
Everyone who's involved has benefited from it.
Yeah.
Like even the ones who lost the group stages have benefited from this tournament and even been
the thing is, you've got clubs from Tunisia, clubs from South Africa that have never competed.
Sundowns are one of the most so well known because of the way that they dance into the stadiums and all these kind of things.
They're one of the most loved. Well, even I said.
It was beautiful.
I had never heard of Tunis.
And it was proper football as well.
Never heard of Tunis.
Exactly. From a Jersey Bird perspective, I did a Mamelodi Sundowns shirt. It's got over 120k views on TikTok.
Wow. Yeah, it's incredible.
That wouldn't happen if they didn't play in the Club.
Yeah, not at all.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, as I said, you've got teams like Tunis, which probably no one in Europe had heard of.
Yeah,
in the old format of this competition, I understand people are saying it's for money, whatever, cool. But these clubs would never have got recognition. I think that's something you cannot give.
Yeah.
For example, let's be honest. The old Club World Cup format, Auckland would have still got into a round. No one would have watched the games.
No.
You don't even know where the games are televised, first of all. You've got no way of knowing
if they're televised.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've got no way of knowing how the tournament goes. You just see the final because it's a final. That's it.
Yeah.
This allows.
The zone was brilliant.
Yeah, I think
it was so well done.
This allows for the whole thing. I was going to say the same thing.
Yes and no.
You didn't like the free?
No, there's a lot of.
I am fuming at the adverts.
Yeah, the adverts were bad.
Adverts during the game is ridiculous. First of all,
I'm sorry,
but
during the game,
but we live in a day and age where that's the way.
During a trophy lift,
the trophy lift.
During a trophy lift is a joke.
Like I'm sorry, my boy Tosin has just grabbed that trophy and now you cut
and you skip
some advert. I don't care about Audi. I'm trying to watch my boy Tosin.
They came back and the trophy lift was over. That's the thing.
They came back
they were
walking on the pitch and chatting and whatnot.
You've missed the whole thing.
because it was only televised on DAZN as well.
DAZN Channel 5.
Oh yeah,
Channel
but
5.
Yeah.
But again, it was the exact same
broadcast. Same broadcast.
They cut to ads at the same time. The only reason
the
only reason I managed to watch the whole thing, at least before that, was because I was in Brazil. We have different channels. They played the whole thing. I think they played the whole trophy lift. But I do understand that thing of. If a team's won a trophy, you can't just skip the trophy.
Yes,
you're not on EAFC where you just skip it. Like, come on.
There's no way an advert is more important.
I forgot about that. You are right.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I had no idea.
Like again, during the game, I sort of understand because they were doing the whole the
two
split
screens,
screen like WWE.
Yeah, it always came up.
I don't have an issue with that.
That's
because
fine.
if I use the app on my iPad for DAZN, you've got to do the whole 30 second before the game.
You have to watch
and I'm
it.
like. but the game's on now, and now I'm watching 30 seconds of ads.
I will say, a lot of the games started late. Like a couple
because 10-15 minutes late
because of the ads.
Ads.
Really? The ads did that.
Yeah.
They must have made a lot of money, my God.
But that's what I'm saying.
Have you guys also seen that they're looking at having all American stadiums used in the World Cup to have closed roof stadiums?
Yeah,
because of the whole weather conditions.
But then Rhys James was saying how bad the pitches
pitch
were.
quality were bad.
Apparently
it's like they've got an AstroTurf and then
a layer on top, right?
On top of it.
So the fact
it's like
still
spongy,
it's less friction.
And apparently their joints are just.
I think it was the Porto and Inter Miami game. One of the players, he put his stud in and the foot just sunk. And it's like, that shouldn't be happening on a pitch.
Yeah, no, I think the pitch should be taken.
Hopefully that means that they're going to learn for the World Cup.
Yeah, I think
they've got a year to sort it out.
That was Rhys James's point. Like, the stadiums are perfect. The pitch is on.
Exactly.
Like the changing rooms, everything is perfect in the stadiums. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
Like MetLife, what a fucking stadium.
85,000.
Like, how is a beautiful stadium. But if they can because we've seen WWE events in the middle, they do an amazing job every time. Get that pitch sorted.
Exactly.
Give us some high quality grass, and then players are going to be
brilliant.
We're going to
look at one of the best tournaments.
We're going to watch some of the best football in the world.
Yeah, you're just allowing for players to have better quality.
You know what, low-key, I've got like South Africa vibes coming from the next World Cup. I think it's going to be big.
I hear it.
I'm talking about like in terms of entertainment value, in terms of actual shock factor,
quality,
skill, and quality in play. I think it's going to be one of the best.
Especially because you're getting new nations into the World Cup that you've never seen before. Like, you can bring something which could, as you said, shock factor could be incredible.
Have you seen the rumoured ball yet?
No.
So just earlier, I should have showed you, boys. I don't know if it's official.
I didn't even like.
You just need a Javelani. Just put it on the pitch.
That's the issue. It's a proper like hexagonal shaped ball, and then they've got print on top of it. So it's like an old school style. None of this like fancy.
Yeah, because I think the last one like that was the 2014 World Cup one, which was like that.
Panels,
with
design on top.
Nice. Looks good, to be honest.
But we'll see how it moves. We'll see how it gets used.
I think it's just the pitch they need to fix. Like, I think that's the most important. It's player safety and quality.
It's the heat as well.
Yeah. But I think that's why closed roof stadiums are going to help.
But again,
if you've got Enzo Fernandez, who's from Argentina, where it can be pretty hot, saying it's hot, it's hot.
Like again, then they did the Qatar World Cup. They did that in the winter.
There's a reason they did that. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially America Mexico as well. Mexico's hotter than America. Come on.
Yeah.
Canada maybe not, but
is it still going to Canada?
Yeah. At the moment,
Mexico,
I thought Canada were pulling out.
At the moment, it's still officially all three.
Right. Okay.
But if there is a talk of it, they pulling out, but it's officially.
I mean, it would be pretty cold up there. Brothers would be going from cold to hot.
I was going to say, you're going to be
sickness inbound, bro.
Yeah, that could be bad.
That's going to be a lot of traveling for a tournament, though. I mean, you're traveling across 3 countries.
It's like doing when we had the Euros over the whole continent.
Yeah. But that's still
Europe's a lot easier. Europe's a lot easier to get across.
It's like the Russia World Cup.
I mean, how long is a flight from?
Those do all PJs though, weren't they?
Surely. Yeah, but even still, how long is a flight?
No, but it's the fact that
how long is a flight
7 hours
from Toronto to Cancun?
But then therefore it needs to be.
That's got to be a minimum 6-hour flight.
I think it's more. I think it's 8.
You need to make sure that clubs are kind of.
Whereas, what's your longest flight across Europe? 3 hours. You could go to Greece in 3 hours.
Probably less than 3 hours.
If
you went private jet, you're probably getting in about 2.5 hours, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's like the Russia World Cup. The Russia World Cup was you had to fly across like 3 time zones.
Yeah.
So you go from playing at like 6 in the morning to your next game being at like midnight. It's like, well, hold on a minute. Something's not going to work here.
Yeah.
They managed to get that, but as you said, going from one, you could end up. I think I've read something that you could end up playing 1 game in America, 1 game in Canada, 1 game in Mexico. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that cannot happen because 3 different time zones, pretty much.
Yeah.
You've got 3 different climates. Imagine, as you said, going from cold, hot.
It will be. It'll be horrible for their immunity and everything.
But imagine going from Mexico to Canada to USA.
What would you rather do? Would you rather go from a hot climate to a cold climate to play football, or cold to cold?
Hot to cold.
You think?
No,
I think I'd rather go cold to hot. You know,
cold to hot. No, hot to cold is a recipe for disaster.
I just think muscle wise, I think your body would react really better to a warmer heat.
No, because that's why you'd have cold showers and stuff.
That's why you got ice baths and stuff.
Yeah, but that's also why you warm up before a game.
But you can, if you go from warm to cold, you don't have that, like, your muscles then start to relax more. That's what's bad for the lactic acid and stuff when you go from cold to hot.
Yeah, I think the fact that we're having this conversation means it's something, if we're thinking about it, they need to think about it and sort it out.
And it's the fact that we're talking about these little things when it's more about the player comfortability. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't even, like, that doesn't matter. It's the fact that the players are going to be exhausted.
Well, exactly.
They're going to be,
Also, you could end up having, let's say you take Brazil, for example, which is primarily a hot climate, going and playing in Canada. But then you take, I don't know, let's say Poland qualify, which is primarily cold, going and playing in Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't personally know how it's going to work because there's a lot to think about.
From an organisation standpoint, from the countries, they need to acclimatise their players.
Definitely.
Way in advance.
Well, it's like in South America, we have...
Get everyone out on holiday.
To everyone needs to be, literally like a week and a half early.
Yeah. It's like in South American qualifications. We have games in Bolivia where they're playing at altitudes that players are literally in gas masks because they can't breathe. And the Bolivians are fine with it because they train with it.
Different too in higher...
Exactly.
It's just like in
golf. But it's the same thing. If you're used to a cold climate, especially like freezing climates... Going to a hot country could be detrimental to your health in general.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's definitely something you need to think about. But
funny how we were talking about the Club World Cup and we managed to get to the World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, it's all under the same umbrella, to be honest.
It's all FIFA competition.
It was a problem that was being...
Found out.
Look, 2.5 hour wait for a game is not cannot happen.
That stop at that Chelsea game as well.
That's
ridiculous.
That was the most.
Can I also say something?
The lightning, right? Wasn't it lightning?
And there was no lightning either for the hour and a half.
Yeah, but I'm used to, for me, like that happens all the time in Singapore. Like you have one lightning strike and your whole Sunday's ruined.
No,
because
I get it.
They won't put it back on. Like if say,
but we were 6 minutes to the end of the game.
I know.
You quickly finish it off, get in, and we're done.
It's the risk, though.
It's such a big risk, actually.
The other thing as well is
like you are dead if you hit.
I've got a question though.
Hour and a half of no lightning.
Yeah, but I quite like Rhys James to stay fit.
But what happens if that's the last group stage game and you've got a game going on, let's say in Canada, who also then has to wait for an hour and a half?
Oh yeah, group stage game. Yeah, and if the other result came out first, and then they knew
exactly. If that's the final group stage game,
that's what I'm saying.
The whole rule, the law is you have to play at the same time. Meaning, if you're 6 minutes to the end and you stop for an hour and a half, the other game.
If I find out that team's won or lost, then it means
exactly you can manipulate the result.
If I draw, I get an easier group.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, each last group stage game, they need to be in the same time zone. It's hard.
That's what I mean. You can't play a game in Canada.
There's a lot more to think about. You can't
play a game in Canada and America at the same time and expect both of them to stop at the exact same minute.
It's not going to happen.
It's not physically possible. By the time the news gets there, the game's over. Like the results come out. That's how it is. But look, we'll have to do another one on the World Cup in general because there's so much to talk about leading up to that. Still got qualifiers. But look, we'll end this with Chelsea are Club World Cup champions.
Champions of the world. Just know next time we have a show, I'm going to have the big gold badge right in the middle. Wearing it proud.
Can't wait for that to
deservedly so, to be honest. You lot battered PSG in the final. And I think everyone's pretty happy with that because you can't allow them to win 7 trophies. Come on, let's be honest. But yeah, that is the end of the Club World Cup show. And it has been a pleasure. Honestly, it's been great.
In 4 years.
I was just saying, most of us haven't been on it. But
no, but I mean, in general, having the show in general.
Yeah.
But look, it's going to be, as you said, I'm genuinely looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
So am I. I can't wait.
I kind of almost wish it's not 4 years. I understand why it is, but...
Got to do it again.
Back to back.
Imagine. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned because we have a lot more content coming. We do also have the highlights and goals from our charity game all out on the Instagram and YouTube, all over social media. There'll be a lot of clips coming out of that soon. And fair enough. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and we will see you in the next one.